Okay, rockers, Turbo, back here with you inside the asylum, and I've got a guest with us right now by phone. Superjoint is back with a new album called Caught Up in the Gears of Application, and joining me right now is Jimmy Bower of Superjoint. Jimmy, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, bro.
Good, man, good. Thank you for taking the time out to join me here inside the asylum. Talk about the new album, Caught Up in the Gears of Application. Before we get into the album, I want to go back a little bit to 2014, where you guys reunited after a 10-year absence. What made that the right time for you guys to reunite as a band?
Well, they had the House Cool Horror Festivals going on, and they were trying to think of a cool something, something special, and Corey Mitchell, rest in peace, he passed away. He suggested, what about Superjoint? So, Phil and I talked about it and said, shit, let's do it, man, and obviously we got some different members to play, but yeah, that was the first time that we got together and did another show,
Very cool. I mean, 10 years is a long time in music, in music's time frame. And, that first time that you guys got together again after all that time apart, did it feel like there was 10 years in between, or did you guys just, all fall in place again, like, hey man, no time fell between? What were we missing?
Personally, I never really thought that we would get back together. I always thought that it was possible, but I never really thought it would happen. And once we got in the jam room and and started like relearning the songs and stuff, it came back pretty quick, man. It was surprising how fast things got back to sounding the way they were,
Sure, of course. Once you get all that groove going again and you connect again, everything just kind of falls into place when it's as natural as it was when Superjoint first came to be. And you guys did another show after that. At what point was it decided that it was time to do a new album for Superjoint?
Well, we did the housecore thing, and then and after that, it went so good that I think we had booked like one more tour, We did we did like a short run, and in between the housecore thing and the short run, we were like, dude, we got to do a new record, it would be killer, and got 2 new members in the band, so it's a little bit of a different band, and from that point on, everybody collectively started, just working on what they could to, to try and come up with riffs and stuff like that. And, personally, I started listening to like old Black Flag and stuff like that, old Agnostic Front, things that had inspired us to do Superjoint, and just started, playing around in my garage, coming up with riffs, and we would all get together, and when it finally came time to do the record, we all got together and everybody had a good bit of material, so it was interesting.
It was also, it's also nice to have, a band that was very well accepted by the fans all those years ago come back with a new album. So many bands, they go by the wayside and they do the reunion shows and then they don't bother doing an album, and everyone's left scratching their heads going, well, if you're performing together, why not do an album? So it's nice that, from the fan perspective, you guys were able to put something together, and that is out now, caught up in the gears of application. I've listened to it. It's been out just about a week, and it's heavy. It's got the grooves in it. I mean, you said that you went back and listened to some of the stuff that inspired you, and how was the overall process for putting the album together? Did you guys come together in one studio and record together, or was it done the way many bands are starting to do it now, and that is everyone does their own piece and they email it to each other?
Oh, no, we got into, Phil's got that record studio at his house, the Lair, and we just all went out there and got together and started practicing and and writing, and when we started writing, we had everything mic'd up and everything, so we kind of recorded as we went along writing, which made it really, really easy for us, and obviously, we lay the drums down first and then come back and kind of try and start piling stuff on top of it, and
sure.
It came together really fast, man, and it's really fun to listen to it, come to life like that,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, so many bands now are taking advantage of technology and doing their own parts on their own time, so it's always reassuring and nice to hear when bands get together in studio and do it together, as opposed to, I'll do mine, here's yours, you do yours, and we'll piece it all together, so it's reassuring. And I know you do. You're a multi-talented musician. You're a drummer with some of the other bands you play with. You're a guitarist in Superjoint. Do you have to go into a different mindset when you go to record and perform with Superjoint when you're shifting from drumming to guitar, or vice versa when you're out with one of the other bands?
Well, a little bit. It's I mean, obviously, like, playing drums and playing guitar is completely different. I just try and keep my chops up on both, and that way it's not that hard of a transition. So I had been doing a lot of I Hate God stuff, so I'd been playing a lot of guitar, so it wasn't that hard for me to make the transition, and it's just I'm not a fantastic guitar player, so and Superjoint stuff's like a little fast, it's faster, and it's a little more challenging for me than, say, I Hate God,
Mm-hmm.
So just getting that muscle memory back of being able to do the fast picking, and you know, some of those older songs have some, so for me, you know, some pretty tough parts in it, you know. But you know, with a lot of practice and stuff like that, the transitions weren't that hard. I just have to do a lot of work on my own, you know,
What
to get ready for it.
Of course. And what do you find, you know, more of a, I guess would be more of a workout, you know? Drummers always are looked at as, you know, the really worked out guys because they're pounding away behind the kit. But, you know, you were saying that there's a lot of fast pick work with the guitar work in Superjoint as opposed to I Hate God. Where do you find, maybe, I guess the right wording would be is, where do you find more of a challenge musically? Behind the kit or on the guitar?
It depends, you know. I mean, because on drums, you can obviously have some tempos or some beats that are really challenging, that, you know, that you have to go by yourself and, like, you know, really practice them a good bit, and the same thing with the guitar, you know. So it's just you know, doing your homework, you know, and the more you keep yourself in playing fashion and keep your chops up, the easier it is when it does happen, you know. So it just you know, just I have a garage and I have like a little home studio, so I try and play every day if I can. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but you know, just do things to keep myself. I'm not really a pick the guitar up every day kind of guy, you know. So, but when I do pick it up, I try and play as long as I can, or kind of try and have an acoustic laying around or something, you know, to kind of break up the monotony of not playing on the electric guitar, you know.
Yeah, of course. There are different aspects of, you know, the acoustic that don't lend themselves to the electric, and vice versa. So I totally get where you're coming from with that. And getting back into the album, where did the title come from? Because it's a very distinct title. You know, it's also a very long title. Nowadays, everyone tries to go with these one or two, not even these 2 or 3 word titles. Where did you guys come up with the title for the album Caught Up in the Gears of Application?
Well, Phil came up with the title, and you know, he kind of explains it as, you know, caught up in the gears of the application, like people caught up in technology, you know, like say cell phones or computers, you know, because I mean, most of the guys in Superjoint are close to 50 years old, so it's kind of hard to understand somebody with a cell phone in front of their face 24 hours a day, you know. And it's just the record covers the whole aspect of the positive things of the technology and the negative things, you know, because you know, I mean, some people just sit there and sit on Facebook all day. I'm guilty of that, you know. So, and you know, and some people just use it to communicate, you know. So, but you know, being a nasty sounding band, you know, like, you know, tend to, you know, talk more about the negative aspects of it and what we don't like, you know, what, you know, Philip, they like what he doesn't like about it, you know, and stuff like that. So, and you know, also different movements today that may have not have been around 10, 15 years ago, you know, just, you know, the whole I don't know. You know, it's some people behind a computer. It seems like they're a warrior. You know, it's like
Yeah.
there's a lot to be said. A lot to be said for not being face to face, and and having to have the repercussions of saying what you say to somebody face to face. You know, there's a lot of people on the computer that just think they got big balls. You know.
Right.
And
right.
it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. You know.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we are in a day and age, where you just go online and you can say who you like and don't like without having to give rhyme or reason when, even when in 2004 it was, you had to go out there and say it, and if you said it, you had to have your reasons to back it up as to why you liked or didn't like something, as opposed to nowadays where some people kind of just get off on the idea of, haha, I'm gonna shit on everything type of thing.
Yeah, with anything, you got creeps, you got people that sometimes on the computer, act as like a different person, and it's just, I mean, the technology is, to me, it's still pretty new, so it's just kind of weird, sit back and watching, how it plays out, I mean, look at the election, without Facebook or social media or anything like that, I think it was more talked about this time around than ever, just because with social network you're able to read more things, talk about more things, give your opinions, and it's not always necessarily a good thing,
Yeah, of course. I mean, you guys kind of bring it home on the album with the track Clickbait in regards to how many articles there are on Facebook or anywhere on the internet that are just that. They're a title that get you to click on it, and then there's really no substance to it, or it's all made up.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I use social media, but I try and promote my band, whatever band I'm in is whatever it's doing, or try and stay close with friends, or even down to like trying to find recipes for food and stuff, but you definitely have some people that have ulterior motives that aren't good,
Of course. I mean, like, I benefit from it. I'm able to do interviews with individuals like yourself. I'm able to do internet radio, support rock and metal music, and that's a plus side of the internet. And as we discussed, there is the negative, which you can hear expressed very well in Superjoint's new album, Caught Up in the Gears of Application. Jimmy, I know you're busy, so I don't want to hold you too much longer. What are the plans for Superjoint now that the album is out? Is there a tour in planning? Are you guys going to wait till early next year? What's the next step for you guys, for everyone to get ready for?
Yeah, we're gonna let the record soak in for until the beginning of the year, and I think we're supposed to go out starting in early January. So it should be exciting. We haven't toured since the Blackest of the Black, the Danzig tour. So, and we were just opening on that. So it's gonna be real fun to get out there and do a good headlining set, and it's always fun to go out and watch the reaction of the fans, and so far, everybody's been pretty positive about the record, you know. Which makes us even more excited to tour, you know.
Absolutely. And have you guys discussed, speaking of technology and getting caught up in the gears, have you guys discussed how you're going to handle the fact that everyone now goes to a show and holds up their cell phone or their iPad front row to record everything, or are you guys just gonna kind of ignore it and go on and do your thing?
I mean, you can only ignore it so much, you know. It's like our attitude is don't, take some pictures, and if you want a video, but it's just when I grew up going to shows, you might have brought a camera and clipped some pictures, but for the most part, you were watching the show. Nowadays it is a little weird. You got cameras, people pointing phones at you and everything like that, and it's just, I mean, for me, it's a little, it just kind of sucks because, they paid money to get in, and they're sitting there watching a cell phone. And it's just, I don't know, it's just weird for me. It's something different. It's something new, I mean, you have some artists that don't put up with it, that have rules and stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is. It's not like it's going to go away.
Right.
So it's better to just embrace it and sorry about that. Just embrace it and keep playing. It's like, you can't change what you can't change, man.
I hear you, man. I mean, it is what it is, and I'll tell you what, it'll be a great a juxtaposition as you guys play stuff from the new album, caught up in the gears of application, talking about technology, and technology will be right there in front of you, capturing it all. Jimmy, thank you for taking the time out to join me here inside the Asylum. Before I let you go, I want to have you pick a track from the new Superjoint album, Caught Up in the Gears of Application, for everyone to hear.
I like Ruin You a lot.
Any
Ruin You
backstory on it?
No, I just really I like the song, and Sociopathic Herd is another good one, and I'm just thinking of the ones that we've been playing, that we played at our show in Dallas here last weekend.
Sure thing,
and I really like the whole record. I think every song holds its own, and just personally, I have a couple favorite ones, but to me, in all, the whole record's really good. So,
well, how about this? I'm gonna play both of the ones you just mentioned. I'll play Ruin You and Sociopathic Herd Delusion. How about I play both of those, since that's the ones?
Okay, cool.
Cool. Alright, well, check it out, then. Right now, 2 brand new ones from the new Superjoint album, Caught Up in the Gears of Application. Ruin You, followed by Sociopathic Herd Delusion. Crank 'em up.